Here we go, the second take, because the diva is making me retake this show again.
Hold on. Do not even blame me for this.
I'm totally blaming you for it.
We were halfway done with the show, and
Absolutely
then
not true.
we were almost a quarter of the way done with the show.
That's more true.
And then Nicole got a phone call, and it stopped our whole recording.
I can't help it. It's not live, so it didn't push through. It's not my fault. For the record.
How is it not your fault?
It's
100% your fault.
No.
100%.
Not my fault at all. Not my fault at all.
100%. Pretend I did that 10 times. All right.
That's
anyway,
weird.
thanks
Weird.
for joining in. You guys don't know the drama we just went through, so I apologize for all Nicole's unprofessionalness. It happens sometimes with Nicole.
What? Never.
I know you expect more out of me than that, and I'm
Weren't
sorry.
you just singing like a song like 10 minutes ago?
I like to sing sometimes.
Or talking like Harry Carey? Why don't you talk like Harry Carey?
All right.
Oh, no, don't do that again.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
No.
That wasn't good. That's why I don't do that for a living.
So anyway, happy Friday, everybody. We're recording this. Join the watch party that I'm going to start tomorrow on Facebook.
This is recording just until Nicole gets another phone call and or text, and then it'll stop and we'll have
I
to start
turned it
over
on
again.
airplane mode, so that would not happen anymore.
And we're not even on a plane.
Nope.
Boom. Mind blown.
Yes.
Okay. So this show is about the top 5 emotions that you're going to have to deal with in this business and how to deal with them. That was supposed to be her line.
That was a dramatic pause. All right, so number 5. What's number 5?
Number 5 is frustration.
Oh my gosh, I don't know who would be feeling that. Maybe even right now.
Maybe, well, never mind. Not any of our clients.
No, me. I'm just saying me in general with you.
Yep. Okay.
Wow, you.
It's not about you, Nicole, all right? It's about our customers.
No.
Okay. So, frustration. Let's talk about it. What if you got a buyer? Do buyers get frustrated?
Yeah, they get frustrated all the time.
Yeah.
I think the very beginning, it's like looking at houses, it's all fun, and then you get a purchase agreement, and yay, they're at the top of that roller coaster. And then the first thing hits, they have to turn in like, their firstborn child to get a home with the lender, and that's when the frustration starts.
They can take mine. My son's awesome, but he's 17. I'm almost, he's almost not mine anymore anyway. So,
I think that was, my sayings that I never get right that you tell me all the time.
yeah, she's like, let's make like a tree and get the heck out of here. I'm like, that is not the same. But whatever. Okay, so frustration. So buyers get frustrated. Sellers get frustrated too. In a down market, a common seller frustration is, why isn't my house sold?
Or even right now, I think we do have homes that are lingering and stuff right now. I think because, the price points are at a premium and buyers don't want necessarily fixer-uppers right now, right?
Yeah, and I do think right now is a unique time where I think maybe the market might be transitioning a little bit, because now we're having properties that are staying on the market a little bit, which is very, very atypical for this current market.
Right.
And then plus prices were at an all-time high. So we're still pricing them as if they're skyrocketing, but maybe they're not anymore. So this is something that good listing agents need to really watch the market very closely. If you have a listing that's not selling, check that. Well, I don't know. We're not doing that show right now.
No.
But do CMA. Look at the ones that are selling. Are they lower priced? Are they, what's going on?
Right.
Might be time to lower prices.
Hey, as an agent, do you ever get frustrated?
Sometimes dealing with non-professional agents, which I know they don't exist, but sometimes we run across one or two. Stuff like that. I do get frustrated sometimes. Non-communicative agents, if I send them an email or something like that and they don't respond, that can be frustrating, because a lot of times your buyer or your seller, they want to know the answer immediately.
Yeah, I got one today. One of my agents emailed me and said, hey, what do I do? We've done this extension, we've done all this stuff, and we're supposed to close November 4th, and we're still not through home inspection. And it's like, well...
And that's enough. Number 4, anger. Anger. See?
There you go. You did that on
Don't
purpose.
respond with violence. Don't respond with violence like Hanson. But anger, sometimes your clients are going to get angry, and we got to know how to handle that. Is it good for you to mirror their anger?
No.
I don't think so, yeah. I think buyers and sellers get emotionally invested in the transaction because it's their home.
Yes.
Or it's going to be their home. They're nervous, all that kind of great stuff. It's our job, in my opinion, it's our responsibility to be that stable emotional rock for our client. We have to be that voice of reason to help get them through that transaction. So if we help get our clients riled up, I think that is a very bad trait of a real estate agent. If we should be a calming voice that helps bring them back to reality. Because I've had sellers sometimes get angry because the buyer also asked for a home warranty or something like that. And I'm like, hold on, they offered you full price. They want a $500 home warranty. There's been markets where you're lucky if you get a 95% offer.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're arguing over $500. Calm down. Deal with it.
Can I talk now? Because you've been talking for like 5 minutes.
It is the Nicole and Craig show, so go ahead, take the spotlight for the
I'm
next
glad you eye rolled
10
on
minutes.
your own name and not mine. Thank you very much.
Well, it is fitting that anger is the one you want to cover. So go ahead.
Ever.
Go ahead, angry Nicole. Go ahead, angry Nicole. Go.
All I'm saying is I do agree with Craig for once that anger is an emotion that we definitely, the big thing is you can't get emotional like your clients, right? You can get emotional and, do that word vomit to other colleagues and things like that.
Vomit?
Yes. You cannot do that
Yes.
to your clients. You have to act like you're calm. You have to act like nothing bothers you, all that other kind of good stuff, because whatever emotion you do is what your client's going to emulate.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Whatever.
That's right. What she said, folks.
What's number 3, Craig?
Oh, I guess we'll move forward.
Yeah. Just
Fear.
like you did to me.
Fear. And I'll tell you what,
He's
honestly,
afraid of me
this is
punching
probably
him, see?
this is
Afraid.
probably behind. You're gonna break your hand that way. This is probably behind most of the emotions, to be quite honest. It's fear of the unknown. It's a very common fear, and it's our job. We are like the shepherds, like guiding our clients through the transaction. So,
Yes.
what about fear? How do you handle fear? Fear's normal.
Yeah, fear is normal. I personally think it is part of the transaction. If your buyers don't have any fear and they walk in the first house and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy this house. Like, I'm going, are you sure? You know what I mean? I think it's normal to have fear because, they're spending the most money they're ever going to spend on something. And so the fear of making the right decision, the fear of, is the seller going to take my offer? The seller is the fear of, they're countering, oh my gosh, am I going to lose this offer? Is this the right buyer? Is their financing good? All those kind of things. There's all of these fears that we have to help the buyer and seller overcome.
And you have to be very careful because there's a lot of fears that are substantiated. Like, let's say I had a buyer that, let's say they are allergic to mold. And let's say they have an inspection, they find a little bit of mold. That could be a very tragic thing for them. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be a big problem. So we don't decide what's a real fear, what's not a fear, all that kind of stuff. But our job's to fix or to help them overcome that fear. Because for the most part, a lot of fears involve things that you would have on any transaction. And a very recent example I have these buyers that are buying a new construction property. They're worried about radon gas, and they're very concerned. They're like, no, we heard there's radon gas. We want to get this house tested. It's a brand new construction on a slab. So in theory, it's very unlikely they're going to have a radon situation. However, it's possible.
Yeah.
And as a realtor, I can't say, hey, don't have it tested. That's ridiculous. I'm going to recommend that they do have it tested. But I realized the fear was slightly irrational from just the way they were coming from. And I asked them, I said, where do you live right now? Well, we live in an apartment right now. Is it on a slab? Yeah, it's on a slab on the first floor. I go, did you ever have your apartment tested for radon? They got it right away, but they're like, well, no. I was like, well, if radon's such a big fear 3 blocks away, why would it not be the same fear where you live right now? And then they got it, So that was one of those things where if you actively listen to your customer and you hear what they have to say, find out where this fear is coming from. But sometimes you will find out the fear is just the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, I agree.
And don't let that control you.
Yes.
You're always going to have that.
Definitely.
Definitely. Number 2, we're moving forward. We're at 8 minutes on this video.
Impulsiveness.
Oh,
Did you like what I did
I
with
see
that?
what you
Did
did
you like
there.
what I did
That
with
was
that?
good.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well played. You channeled your inner Craig. I like it.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I got. This one's hers.
You don't have
Impulsiveness.
anything from both.
I
You're the
am
one
not
that made
impulsive.
this one.
I am not impulsive. I am not. What's over there?
You're way more impulsive than me. You're like the squirrel. Where's the squirrel? Squirrel.
You squirrel?
Yeah. What?
I feed squirrels around my house walnuts every once in a while.
That I don't doubt at all.
That's not a doubt. That's a fact.
He's got a pet
That's
that
a
comes
fact.
up to him.
I do not have a pet.
Named him Squirrely.
I have a crab and a glass catfish.
He looks in at you at your, what is that thing? Your overlook on your backyard.
It's called a window.
No.
Is that really what we're gonna do?
You have don't you have
It's
like an herb box
clear.
or
It's
something?
made of glass. Keeps the outside out and the inside in. What's that called? A window. No, it's like a curved glass window. It's very
Thank
nice.
you
I think
very
they call them
much.
an atrium.
There you go. I knew there was
Anyway.
another word for it. Jerk. I mean, Craig.
Are we
sorry.
really going to use this video?
Yes, we are. Absolutely.
All right, I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, so impulsiveness. A lot of times buyers are going to be impulsive. Sometimes you go with it, sometimes you don't. I mean, if a house works for them and they want to buy it, help them get it, all that kind of good stuff. Buyer's remorse will show its head quickly after if you sometimes agents apply pressure to buyers to make a decision.
Yep.
If you apply too much pressure, you're going to experience buyer's remorse immediately after the offer is accepted or countered and accepted, whatever, or during the inspection. And you know that because we all have had a client that wants to get out of a transaction for a perfectly good house with defects that they're going to have on any property.
Yep.
But buyers got buyer's remorse.
Well, I don't even think now in this market, I don't even necessarily think a lot of it has to do with agents pressuring people. I just think the inventory is so tight, and buyers are jumping at houses, or they're doing one of two things. Either they're jumping at houses or they keep thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah. That middle ground has kind of eroded some with the market that we're in. And so it's causing issues absolutely with buyer's remorse.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a good explanation. I like that.
Oh, look at you. You're agreeing with me. We're agreeing a lot today. It's weird.
It must have been wine.
I don't know about that. What wine? You keep talking about this wine.
I don't know.
Anyway.
She's whining.
Yes, you are whining. Oh my gosh, she was whining so much before the video. It was so bad.
I said she. Oh, that's because your phone. You guys, I feel so bad. That first take that we were doing of this show was amazing. Like, you guys probably would have shared it out with your friends. You would have got your family involved and said, you know what, get some popcorn. Like, you got to watch this Nicole and Craig show. This thing's on point. And then she got a phone call and it was ruined.
I know. It was all my fault. I'm the video ruiner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not very impulsive, so I just let it happen.
And that leads us to number one, which is happiness.
Oh, I love that's my favorite one. That's my favorite. Let me tell you first of all.
We need to end on that.
I don't know if I ever explained this, but one of my favorite things in this business, the reason why I'm still in real estate after 18 years in the business, is when you take a first-time home buyer and they walk in the house and their faces light up.
Yeah.
When you know this is the house for them and they love it, and then you're at closing, they're choking back tears the whole time. It's like it like recharges your batteries. All that positivity, all that goodness, all that love and awesomeness. Love it. That's why I continue to do this. Here's the key though. Here's what does irritate me is every once in a while when an agent makes it about themselves at closing.
Yes.
And this buyer is so excited and they're so happy and the agent's like, hey, I did such a great job selling you this house, didn't I? Yeah, it's like, what?
You don't ever do that at closing, do you?
What? I don't do that at closing. No. I let it be about them.
During your 18 years in the business?
Yeah, my buyer questions at closing or seller is like, when are you moving into the house? What are you going to do first? What are you going to do? Like, I want to know those things. And be careful if you represent the buyer and they're like going to gut the whole kitchen or whatever. And it's like the original homeowner that lived there for 30 years and raised a bunch of kids there and stuff. Don't tell them how bad, the decorating is, how you're going to rip all that stuff out of there. Little Jimmy's little growth chart on the wall.
Let's go
kitchen,
immediately.
Guys like 8'4", so it's like a bunch of hashtags.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Happiness is my favorite one. Yeah. What do you got on that?
I think happiness.
Why don't you chip in a little bit on this show?
Whatever. Why don't you quit talking so I can? Oh wait, whose phone is ringing right now? Thank you. Oh, mute your phone. Just saying. If that was my phone, we would have had to start the Divas show.
Shout out to the 82nd Airborne Division.
We would have had to start the Divas show all over again. Which is why I don't like doing videos with him. The show. Yeah, but you should have it muted too, just like mine. So you can't yell at me for that.
It's muted now.
Anyway, happiness.
We're at 13 minutes. No one is really watching at this point.
Yes, they are.
No one is. No one's on.
Everybody does.
Look, see up here in the top where it says viewers? 0.
Oh, wait, we don't have that because we're recording this one. Oh, no, somebody's coming in. We got to wrap up. So happiness. That's why we do this. I enjoy working with first-time buyers and doing all that kind of good stuff. And I think that's why we're in it. I think essentially it's to help make people happy. I don't think any of us would be in the business if we weren't all about making people happy.
I would agree.
I think that's a big motivator. Yeah. Oh, hi, Susie. All right. So that's it.
That's it.
I'm going to say hi from Vegas. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to share this out to your own whatever timelines.
Groups and, Facebook. And
I'm going to share it out to a bunch of groups.
Instagrams, Snapchats.
I don't have an Instagram.
I don't either, but they could share it on Instagram still, right?
I guess so.
I don't know.
No one's watching anymore at this point.
Whatever. Get out of here. Fine. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, Craig.
I'm right here.